have a friend with whom you can share anything? Someone who will actually listen when you gripe? Someone who can make light of your lesser sufferings and get away with it? I have such a friend. Pretty much any bad situation that I've described to him gets the same response. Well, at least you've got that going for you. As if it could be worse. And of course it could. Influenza, aches, coughing all night. Well, at least you've got that going for you. Of course, it's not cancer. When finances were tight, when children were not their usually angelic selves, when there was 26 hours of work and 24 hours in the day, well, at least you've got that going for you. Of course, we had enough food, the children were normal, and so much hard work in graduate school was a privilege not known to any relatives with whom I share a name. In our gospel reading today, Jesus talked with his disciples and possibly others and told them that people who are poor, hungry, mourning, excluded, reviled, and defamed are blessed. They could have replied, well, of course, that's not the worst of us. We've got that going for us. We're still alive, and that's a blessing. Still, though, when we think about it, the word blessed does not naturally fit with words like mourning or grieving. And in the midst of grieving, people generally do not feel blessed, though sometimes they do. They often ask, why? Why did this one have to die? Why now? Why didn't God prevent this? On Thursday, I performed a graveside service for a man who was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease at age 40 and struggled with it for 25 years until he died last weekend. I've known him and his wife for 15 years. She told me about the moment of his death, the gathering of friends and family, the priest praying while he slipped away. She had a profound sense of peace when we talked about holy death. But still, in my mind, was a question lurking just beneath the surface. Why didn't God prevent his death and disease? Or as many of his friends gathered might have asked, why didn't God just let him play golf without that huge challenge? Well, I'm not going to give you the magic answer to these questions. Any succinct answer might be just that, magic, manipulation and deception. Jesus knew what lay ahead for himself and for his followers. He warned them many times that he did not prevent their suffering, nor did he prevent his own. Saints and martyrs throughout the history of the church have suffered and died. In the Revelation to John, they are called a great multitude that no one could count, standing before the throne of God. Jesus seems to be saying that God will not prevent the persecution, but God rewards the persecuted. God does not prevent the tragedies, but God soothes the suffering. Today, when we use the word prevent, it means to stop, thwart, intercept. The tackle prevented the touchdown. The babysitter prevented the child from swallowing the marbles. But there's an older meaning to this word. It means to precede or come before, to meet or anticipate. For example, in the King James Version of the Bible, there's a verse in Psalm 79 that says, "Let thy tender mercies speedily prevent us." It means, Lord, let your tender mercies quickly come to meet us. In Psalm 18, David said, "The snares of death prevented me," meaning the snares of death confronted me. In his letter to the Thessalonians, Paul said, "We who are alive shall not prevent them who are asleep," meaning we who are alive will not precede into heaven those who do not. While we try to prevent tragedies in the future, God anticipates the future and the tragedies, so that when death confronts us, God meets us with salvation. The saints and our loved ones who preceded us in death preceded us into heaven. They are the great multitude that no one can count, standing before the throne of God. And yet we mourn. So how is it that we are blessed? A great theologian of the Old Testament, Walter Brueggemann, said, "A blessing is an act whereby God transmits power for life to us." A blessing is an act whereby God transmits power for life to us. And so when tragedies happen and it looks like God is not acting, God is blessing and thereby acting to give power for life to us. I don't know why God lets tragedies happen, but we know that God has shared with us full participation in human life, including human tragedies. Christ walked ahead of us in life, in suffering, in death, and in the life that conquers death. Christ stood waiting for those who would follow, those for whom we still grieve. And with them, Christ blesses us in our grieving, giving power for life right now. God blesses us. God transmits power for life to the people who are poor, hungry, mourning, hated, excluded, and defamed. God empowers us for the present and anticipates our future and will meet us there. At least we've got that going for us. Amen.
Amen.